Radio 786 100.4 FM. This evening, on Reflections in Under the Spotlight, we feature a rap artist, Nadmi Davids, aka Endee. Now, Nadmi from Cape Town and has been producing beats for over 5 years and vocal producing tracks alongside close colleagues, Beats by Shadow. Now, Nadmi believes that music has a way to touch everybody's heart and make them better people. And Nadmi is trying to bring a new sound into Cape Town. We'll be listening to a first track to just give us a taste of what Nadmi is capable of, and then we'll be having a chat with him in just a bit. The first track as we introduce our guest in studio, Nadmi Davids, aka initialed Endee, Around Me. Stay tuned.
Yeah. I had a freestyle on my head, but now I wrote it down. Climbing to the top, ain't no way I'll be going down. Keep up with my drive, I should strive to get my better self. Gotta keep it going, ain't no way that you gon' slow me down. I got stuck up in my past, I be going to my old ways. I be waiting tables, running, getting them some old grades. See they making dough, making income coming 10 ways. Gotta move smarter, gotta focus on a long play. I can never cap, I be speaking off my top. I be overlapping, I'm passing them a lot. Saying all that negative, I'm blocking all that out. Drive around the passenger, I'm writing it all out. I gotta be consistent, dropping songs I don't promote. I be in the kitchen, Shadow got the sauce, so we gotta do the most. The future looking boss like. Every time a song is out, we having force. Being around myself, I can always trust my thoughts. Focus on the goal, gotta listen to my heart. I know my soul is pure, my intentions follow through. Just keep on doing you, do what you gotta do to be a better you. Living on the edge, every day's a risk. You create a life you sketch, my pen I'm using different. How can I be thinking of myself in a different light? Every night up in my mind, I'm having different fights. I can't find my peace, I be looking for a bigger bite. But I see my future clearer, I'm now up in bigger flights. For this show, I be late, I be up till it's 8 at my door. They just glowed, they want more, it just bang in my car till it's 4 in the morning. I'm big for the cause, I just pause in a Porsche that I break. Another song with a goat, with a shadow in a bag. That's my homes, that's my dog, another boss in the straight. Another boss in the straight. Yeah, we switching up the game.
And that first track, Around Me, by artist initialed Endee. We are joined by Nadmi Davids in studio, so please do join me as we welcome Nadmi into studio. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, Nadmi. Shukran so much for joining us in studio this evening.
Assalamu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Ayub, how are you?
Absolutely fantastic, alhamdulillah. Despite everything that is happening around the world, and we know with the ICJ case at the moment taking place, there's a lot for us also to still be grateful for, alhamdulillah. We have the ability to walk out our door freely and safely, and be able to go for Jumu'ah in a masjid that is standing
and full
complete
to the brim.
and full to the brim, alhamdulillah. So what, so much to be grateful for, but of course at the end of the day, we remember those who are less fortunate than us in these times. And when it comes to the lyrics that we heard in your first track now, it seems as if that is the message you are trying to send. Having to do the most when we can, where we can. And I think that is absolutely brilliant, Nadmi. As a youth yourself, wanting to send this good message, I think it's encouraging. And of course, we need to support you in that way and in that light, on that tone. With that in mind, I want to let our listeners know that Nadmi is not alone in studio today. He's supported by his backup, his crew. He's sitting here behind us. Mom Naima, Dad Idris, and Sister Kauthar joining us in studio as well to show support for this young lad and of course his talent that he possesses, alhamdulillah. Now Nadmi, firstly I want to ask you, How old are you? You look like a very young man.
Yeah, I look very young. I would say I'm.
You
I'm
would say, so you're
24.
still not sure.
Yes.
Still figuring it out.
I'm not even sure anymore. I have to like listen, or not even listen, think about the date, and then from there I can actually,
So 24 years old.
Yeah.
This is where you find yourself at the moment. I mean, we listened to that track to intro the segment this evening, and for one, the beats are good. The lyrics are good. Of course, when it comes to rap, my ear is not necessarily fine-tuned to listen to rap as much, but sitting and listening to the lyrics that come through your track, again, that good message, like we said in the intro. You have this belief that music has a way to touch everyone's heart, and it has a way to make people better. With that in mind, Navmi, how would you classify your genre of music, your type of music? Is there a special classification, or do you fall into one of the genres that already exist around the world?
I don't fall into any genre, I would say.
Right.
So what I do, I would just dabble, play around. So
Okay.
first I will go onto FL Studio,
Mm.
and from there I just make a beat, just have a flow, have a rhythm. And once your head bobbing, that's already a tempo. Once you have a tempo going, you just keep going with the beat, create a pattern, drums,
Bring it all.
bring
Yes,
something
yes,
to the
yes,
place,
yes.
and then from there, depending on the chords, I would say,
Yeah.
it will give you like a way to be able to see, like envision words just popping up. So the feel of a chord will give you that just motivation to write. I did that today. I'm not gonna lie to you. I took about 30 minutes.
Okay.
I finished the beat, not mixed and mastered properly. I
Yeah,
sent
yeah.
it to him just before the interview.
Yeah.
So I just played around. From there, just created a track and just wrote down words, mixed different tracks that I had together, and I was like,
Right,
you know
right.
what? I'm gonna create something fresh, something new.
And we're going to be hearing that towards the end of
But
our
of
interaction and
course,
some freestyle
you
there
know.
from Navmi. But again, I mean, like you're saying, it's essentially an approach that you take of art. And when you look at various artists, if you look at visual artists, essentially taking that same approach, where if you look at sculptors, if you look at painters, they'll maybe start off with something and then they get inspired as they move along. As the colors speak to them, as the images speak to them, they become inspired. And similarly with your tracks, like you're saying, the beat starts. Because that answers the next question I was going to ask you. Are you writing your lyrics beforehand, or does it come? And like you're saying, it's essentially what flows from the music. Now, speak to us
Also,
about... Yeah.
also like what I was trying to say, like I can either write lyrics in the beginning, so it will be like, okay, I'm writing an idea down,
Okay,
and when I get
right,
home,
right.
you know what? Let me turn on FL Studio, and I'm rapping that song in my head. Pattern just pops up out of nowhere.
Right,
From there,
right.
it just flows.
Right, so now we've got an understanding of the kind of message that you want to send, right? That you are intending to send, and what you're trying to achieve through your music. Speak to us about the culture of your music. Is it something that transcends all of your tracks? Do you kind of keep a similar message throughout your tracks? Do you dabble in various different things? Do you do things that's just for pure entertainment? Do you do things that's also with a good message? Or do you marry the two whenever you are writing?
I marry the two. So
Right.
I would be either, you know what, I'm gonna be motivational. I can feel like it's just an inspiration comes from when you hear that first key. From there, you would just create a sound around it. So I would get maybe let's say a trap beat, and from there we just keep on going with a specific message that you want to get across, given by the chords. So yeah, just
That's
starts
amazing,
off like
man.
that. Yeah, I'm telling
That's
you.
amazing. So again, it's just about the feel. Sticking to a core objective and a core message that you want to send, and then flowing with your heart, with the way it touches you, the way it moves you. Like you're saying, that beat essentially is what forms the foundation and basis of your tracks. Now, you've told us already, you are penning your own lyrics. I mean, that has become evident now in what you've been telling us, what you've been sharing with us. But then describe the lyrics that you do, right? How would you say, if someone had to ask you, describe the kind of music that you make, describe the tracks that you create, describe the lyrics that you write, how would you sum that up for someone to understand what it is that you do and the type of music that you create?
So I would feel like I would just go with my heart. The first thing that comes to my head. So if I feel like, yo, I'm not feeling very nice today, I'll make something to that feel. Maybe not lyrics pen wise. I have a message that I just transcend it into a different thing every single time. I started off swearing, and from there I just decided, you know what, swearing is not making me feel any better. From there it just grew me into a new person to say, you know what, I'm just not gonna swear in my songs anymore. I believe that I need to change another person's mind in order to make the world a better place, you know. And from there, I just keep moving towards that. That's my goal.
Right. Now you brought up that element of profanity that generally is used in rap music. This is something that we know has become synonymous with rap music, is that bad language, foul language is being used. And like you're saying, it's something that you feel you need to move away from in order to get your message across. Now, this is very important because we know, especially when it comes to our youth, when it comes to our youth communities within Cape Town, and I mean, I'm not going to speak about further than that. We know what the global understanding is when it comes to this generation, when it comes to the music taste. But we speak about Cape Town specifically because that is essentially where we are based, and we can speak from that experience. So yes, like you're saying, that foul language is one way to send a message. But what is it doing to your inner peace?
It's destroying every inner peace.
That's right. And wanting to take the
strongest
approach
thing is to be peaceful.
Right.
That's the strongest thing you can be.
I love it.
I promise you.
I
Trying to be the
absolutely love
nicest
it.
person you are is one of the hardest things you can do. I promise you.
Yeah. I fully agree with you on that one, Avmi. I have to fully agree with you on that one. Being a good person, I think, trumps being powerful, being successful. I mean, it means nothing if you can't treat people with dignity and respect. And respect in every aspect of your life. Even through your music, even through the way you are making money, how you are getting yourself onto a platform or onto a stage is important. And with that in mind, I mean, surely you have certain artists that you look up to. There are certain artists that have influenced your taste and the approach that you take to your music, to your art. Who are these artists that have inspired you through the past? And has this changed over time? Because obviously your outlook on your music has changed. How has that changed in terms of who inspires you when it comes to your writing?
So I would say Eminem. I'm sure everybody would know Eminem.
Yeah.
Eminem, it went down because I got more intricate with the lyrics, creating bars, just a double entendre, triple entendre can make you think, okay, that could have meant one of three things now, one of two things maybe. And then from there, I just went on to Hobson. Hobson gave me also more of like a rugged feel, you know. Joyner Lucas, spitting fast, you know. Youngster, I incorporated a little colored into my songs.
Right. Keeping it authentic,
You know. So I just keep a little, it's on the low, you know, but it's there. So that's for future songs that's coming out this year.
Inshallah. But again, like you're saying, you know what, even though we look at these prominent artists that do use quite a bit of profanity, you have to respect them for their skill, you know, undoubtedly. And you know what, as a lover of music generally, this is something that you need to admit, you need to recognize. Respect needs to be given where it needs to be given. But how you pursue your journey is important, and the message that you want to send is important. And I'm glad that you've taken this approach in moving away from that status quo of using foul language in your tracks and trying to send a good and a beautiful message. We want to get into another track of yours at this point in time. The next song, or the next track titled Survivor by our artist in studio, initialed Endee, Nadmi Davids.
I took on the world, and I became a survivor. Every day, I try not to be trouble, try not to be humble, try not to go stumble. Then I make music that heals all of the trauma, speaking through all the drama. Writing became an author. I got my mama, surviving through all of the missions. Pressure impossible, make it realer. It's possible, dream it bigger, getting better. Through all the trials and every error, giving up, no we never. Through all of the struggle, I took on the world. I made it my playground, I pace it, running over these tracks. You saying will say I bolted through every day, got it tough in the streets. Permeate fighting, my people ending in coffins. A war's coming when I take on the world. I take on the world. I came out a survivor. I took on the world. I came out a survivor. I took on the world. I came out a survivor. I took on the world. I came out a survivor. every day. I try not to be trouble, try to be more humble, appreciate all my stumbles, still I make music that heals all of the wounds, fix you up just like glue, write it down till I hear it come. I see my mama, she helping out in the hood and she struggles. People around just tussle, their brains looking like muscle. I build the muscles inside your brain, can't think above you, too easy counting your wonders, you working so you can say I took on the world, I make it on every track I'm producing. Everyday man is suiting these people, spreading pollution. Through every struggle I'm tougher, through all of them getting better. My hood I'm bringing them up, but through all of the struggles I took on the world. I came out a survivor. I took on the world. I came out a survivor. I took on the world. I did it for you, mama. You motivate me through every word. When I started writing, I never knew I'd be this good, and it is only the beginning. So this is story I wrote from the heart. I know, mama, it took this long, but no, mama, this ain't just another song. It's for the person that first held me in their arms, never gave up on me when I'm taking long shots.
And that track titled Survivor by aka Initial, or rather Initial Endee, Nadmi Davids, in studio with us this evening. A talented young man that joins us in studio, taking a different approach when it comes to a good message being that he intends to send through a medium that is not necessarily recognized as a good message, or tracks that come out that have a good message. But here again, this is how we take back these spaces. This is how we change the face of these spaces. And we know music has the ability to heal. We know that music is something that was used strongly and sturdily through the struggle of apartheid as well. Yes. So why not take these genres and reach those generations and reach those audiences that might have not necessarily heard of the issues that we are speaking about, or have been inspired the way that Nadmi intends to do. I want to just speak a little bit about the track Survivor. When you mention the word survivor, already there is that sense of resilience and strength that comes through. What was the inspiration for writing a song titled Survivor?
Survivor. It's based off a book that my mom wrote.
Okay.
I am a survivor. So my mom was also here on Radio 786 as well.
Alhamdulillah.
And she spoke about the book and how she overwhelmed on that struggles.
Right.
And then I got inspired by that. Back when I read the book for the first time, I was inspired, and then from there I just decided. Maybe it was years back.
Yeah.
But when I wrote it, it came from a real place. So it took years to write one song.
And you know what? That just echoes the sentiment of that fire of resilience that lives in us as South Africans. Alhamdulillah. And
we're all survivors.
Exactly that. And from your mom. I mean, I've got a talented family here in studio today. Feeling a bit overwhelmed. I'm not gonna lie. Alhamdulillah. So a pleasure to be here with you guys, and of course, shukran again to our lovely parents that have joined us in studio as well. Now, the next question I'm going to ask you, and I'm glad that the one question is going to lead into the other. The track Survivor, like you said, was written from the book that inspired you, that your mom wrote. But when it comes to your genre of music, we know that rap is not necessarily very much favored when we are looking at our more seasoned generations.
True.
Right? How have you been received when it comes to that? I mean, the one thing already that, kind of puts me at ease is that your parents are sitting here in studio and supporting you. When it comes to the communities out there, what has that been like?
So, being out there in the community, it's beautiful seeing people together. And just the first song I played around me, the way it was received. I was with my current social media team, Social Pulse Africa, and we're a team that went to go promote that song around me. So just giving the words on the people received it. It kind of, I would say for me, it reached the potential of where it just exceeded my expectations on 3 different platforms. So I genuinely appreciate that. And,
Alhamdulillah, that's amazing.
And I'm glad that they got the message and they enjoyed the song. And soon, next month, I'm going to be dropping the song. So it's not even out yet. You'll be hearing
okay,
songs.
we are getting
right
amazing. Getting first glances at some of your tracks. And I mean, like you just mentioned off air now, or rather while your second track was playing, that the song that you'll be freestyling a bit later is also something very, very new.
Yes.
And we'll let the listeners know a bit
Like a-
more just
like
before the
Brand.
brand new, as in like, and on your way to studio new.
Yeah, on my way. I'm still busy with it. Can you believe it?
Alhamdulillah. But you know what? Again, good intention, good message, and very relevant at this point in time in our history. So looking forward to that in a few moments. Now, we've spoken about the positive message that you want to send, right?
Yes.
And do you find that when it comes to this, and like we've spoken about, it's essentially about the marriage of the lyrics and the beats.
True.
Right? When it comes to this positive message, do you feel that the one has more power than the other? Do you feel that the lyrics stand out more, or do you feel that they need each other when it comes to sending that message? Being able to marry them together is the way you get the message across. How do you motivate yourself in that way in order to ensure that what is in your head comes through in your mind and in your heart, comes through on paper, and eventually translates through the speakers once you have compiled that track?
I don't even know what happens. It's just when I go on to just touch the keyboard. First key I press. Okay, that's giving me that feel. Second key I press. Okay, does it match?
Yeah.
Matches. Okay, create something from there. That's that way it goes. So it can either take me to any direction. I like to surprise myself.
Okay.
So just I have an alarm that goes on 8 o'clock every single day. Tells me a beat a day. That's it.
Wow.
And I set up a new alarm now to keep people out there watching on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Major shout out to them also if they're listening. And yes, they're just going to be surprised with what I'm bringing across. I don't have a specific genre. I've never had one. I dabbled in every genre I could find that I could make.
Music.
You know? So
As long as you get the message across.
Exactly.
That is absolutely amazing, not me. Just before the
brand.
we have you brand new, as in like, and on your way to studio new.
Yeah, on my way. I'm still busy with it. Can you believe it?
Alhamdulillah. But you know what? Again, good intention, good message, and very relevant at this point in time in our history. So looking forward to that in a few moments. Now, we've spoken about the positive message that you want to send, right?
Yes.
And do you find that when it comes to this, and like we've spoken about, it's essentially about the marriage of the lyrics and the beats.
True.
Right? When it comes to this positive message, do you feel that the one has more power than the other? Do you feel that the lyrics stand out more, or do you feel that they need each other when it comes to sending that message? Being able to marry them together is the way you get the message across. How do you motivate yourself in that way in order to ensure that what is in your head comes through in your mind and in your heart, comes through on paper, and eventually translates through the speakers once you have compiled that track?
I don't even know what happens. It's just when I go on to just touch the keyboard. First key I press. Okay, that's giving me that feel. Second key I press. Okay, does it match?
Yeah.
Matches. Okay, create something from there. That's that way it goes. So it can either take me to any direction. I like to surprise myself.
Okay.
So just I have an alarm that goes on 8 o'clock every single day. Tells me a beat a day. That's it.
Wow.
And I set up a new alarm now to keep people out there watching on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Major shout out to them also if they're listening. And yes, they're just going to be surprised with what I'm bringing across. I don't have a specific genre. I've never had one. I dabbled in every genre I could find that I could make.
Music.
You know? So
as long as you get the message across.
Exactly.
That is absolutely amazing, not me. Now, where have you been performing before? What stages have you been able to put your work on showcase? What is it? What kind of events would you like to attend also? I would ask you.
Right now, I've been attending at a few places there in, what's that place? Trenchtown Observatory. I performed there. I performed also by another talent show as well. And a few places in Long Street as well.
Okay, nice. So you're getting your message out there, you're getting your tracks out there, getting your name out there, which I think is important. But again, let's hope, inshallah, we make dua that you stay steadfast.
I want to stay
in that
the
mission.
Proper. I want to find my audience while sitting in my room and enjoying my music. You know?
Alhamdulillah.
I want to be able to do that.
Inshallah.
I don't want to be in clubs or any of those types of places.
Yes.
I love being by myself. Also my family around me, but sometimes they're a bit loud. So I need a soft Like soft,
You need,
right?
you need some
You
peace.
know,
Need some peace and
you
quiet.
know, I'm deaf, but I can't handle.
Good. I like
Yes.
that. Good messages. Trying to practice a good lifestyle at the end of the
You
day.
know,
And,
trying to be
it's
there.
living that authentic message that you're trying to send. And I think
Mm.
that's amazing. Now, where can listeners access your music? Is your music, you said you are available on a few platforms?
I'm available on every platform. I would
Every
say.
platform,
Yes,
right?
so I'm on Spotify. I'm sure a lot of people know Spotify.
Of course.
Find me on Facebook, Instagram. Everything is initialed _ Endee.
Right.
it.
Initialed
Or
underscore
just put in
Endee,
initialed. That's finished.
and you'll find it.
You'll find.
And Endee, of course, you spell as ENDEE.
Yes, but it's
right.
my.
You
It's my-
actually your initials.
Exactly.
It's a nice play on those words there,
Yes.
indeed. So we've come to that moment now of the show, Navmi, where we've spoken about this freestyle track that you're going to be doing for us, something that
course.
you have worked on and reworked and still working on, something that hasn't been showcased anywhere yet. No one has heard this track yet, something that you'll be launching here on Radio 7 at 6, alhamdulillah. So firstly, tell me a bit about freestyle, what it's all about. Explain what this freestyle song is about. You mentioned it's something that's very topical at the moment.
Yes.
Please shed some light as to
So
what
this song, I was inspired by my sister and my father about Palestine.
Right.
So this was an opportunity that I took. I struggled to write the song in the beginning, but I decided, you know what? On this song, I don't just want to sing the song alone.
Mm-hmm.
I want everyone to sing with me.
Okay.
So it's 2 simple words I want you to say. You stand up.
Okay.
That's it. But we'll dabble with the flow. So the flow would go on like stand up, stand up, stand up.
You can just cue us and we'll
stand
definitely play
up.
along.
You know
Yeah.
how it goes. So yes, that's what we're gonna be doing. I just feel like this is a song where people would be able to sing with. So if you are listening, I would like you to also sing with. Maybe you and your family just enjoying the day, and I feel like this song will really uplift you. I'm going to do my best today.
You know what? At this point, I'm going to send that an appeal to our listeners. I want our listeners to, when you are playing this track now and when you are singing along, take a video of yourselves and send it through to the WhatsApp line 0786 10 11 12. Show Navmi some love this evening as he is asking us all to join in on the music and join in on the message, inshallah. Our next track, a freestyle track by Navmi Davids, aka Initialed Endee. Take it away, Navmi.
Let's do it. Stand up, stand up, stand up. Come on, stand up. Come on, stand up. Come on, stand up. Yeah, stand up. For our people, we gon' stand up. We the leaders, we can stand up. For the struggle, we can stand up. Come on, everybody, stand up. Yeah, we all gotta stand up. With each other, we can stand up. Loving one another, stand up. Get it going, gotta stand up. Speak to one another, stand up. See it properly, you can stand up. With Palestine, we gotta stand up. For genocide, and we gotta stand up. The human beings, they gotta stand up. Can't see our children when they stand up. All of us, we gotta 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 stand up. Yeah, we know our people are in trouble. We gotta stand for what's right. I know we all can be humble. It's all spelt in humankind. We can't get people out of rubble. We can't just see from one side. You end up seeing people blow up, but no one talks about Palestine. We stand up, we man up, stand with one another, past love. Positive souls, we man up. Gotta get it going, stand up. Yeah, we gotta go and 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 stand up. Yeah. I think that's the message that I want to get across, guys. I want you guys to stand up, because Palestine is going through a rough time right now. And I feel that we all gotta stand up and look after each other, because we're all human beings. And I feel like if you're not bleeding red and blood, I think that then we can be racist, because then you're not green. But I don't even feel like, even if you're bleeding green, I feel like treat them like a human, because at the end of the day we all have a heart. So
Shukran very much for that. A beautiful track and a beautiful message attached to it from a beautiful soul that joins us in studio today. Navmi Davids, it's been an absolute pleasure having you with us in studio. Inshallah, we make dua that your career boosts, that you are put on a platform that is going to showcase who you are and the message that you are sending.
Inshallah.
And inshallah, may you always be supported by your loving family that joins us in
Shukran.
studio, and that you taste and achieve success in everything that you do. Inshallah.
Shukran Ayub.
Nadmi, shukran so much to you. All of the very best. Looking forward to hearing this track when it's complete and ready,
Yes,
so
this
we
is
can play it on Radio
refining.
786.
Yes.
And inshallah, until then, have a beautiful weekend. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Shukran Ayub, man. I will definitely see you again. We'll definitely be seeing each
Inshallah.
other in the future. Inshallah.
Looking
again.
forward to that. Looking forward to that. Joining us in studio, rap artist, Nadmi Davids, aka also known as Initialed Endee, sharing with us his message when it comes to the tracks that he creates.